In the name of Allah, the most benevolent, the most merciful. Ya Ali, Madad.
Welcome to our channel. We expose lies and false teaching of anti-Ismailis. Welcome to the part 2 of the series exposing another celebrity anti-Ismaili Imam, Al-Ghazali. He claimed himself as a supporter of reason and intellect, and we by the grace of Allah, will show you how he and his followers goes against it.
In this episode, we will present you the significant differences of beliefs between two anti-Ismaili Imams. We wonder whom do these people follow. This comparison is between concepts of Al-Ghazali and Ibn Jawzi.
Ibn Jawzi have criticized and refuted the concepts of Al-Ghazali written in his book translated as Revival of Religious Sciences, many times. He considered him along with other Sufis under the influence of devil, in his book translated as Devil Deception and in another book translated as Captive Thoughts.
In this episode, we will compare the comments of Ibn Jawzi with Al-Ghazali on 4 topics. Concept of Allah, prophethood, and how you follow them through Quran and Hadith.
On the concept of Allah, Ibn Jawzi called his colleague arrogant and status-hungry. In his book Captive Thoughts, he said,
Abu Hamid al-Ghazali said, Nuzul means relocating and that istawa means touching. How could I ascribe jurisprudence or asceticism to either of them, when neither of them knows what can be or cannot be ascribed to Allah? But, if either were humble enough
to overlook their great status,
even the novice would have refuted them.
And thus they would have realized their mistakes. To summarize above, anti-Ismailis are divided into believing physical and non-attributable Allah for centuries till today. They try to enforce their beliefs upon each other and call each other as lower than novice or ignorant.
On concept of prophethood, we have already presented you a video about what Ibn Jawzi believe. Please refer to it on this channel for more knowledge or refresh your memory. In short, he said,
after Prophet Muhammad, Allah will always place on this earth who are pillars of this world and are equal to the status of prophets or to mankind.
In Devil Deception, he has criticized Ibn Jawzi as follows.
He also said in his book that the Sufis, while awake, witness the angels and the souls of the prophets, hear their voices, and acquire information from them, then their state ascends from observation forms to levels that are not describable.
Now, on one hand we have living kutubs on the rank of prophets, and on the other hand, all the 124,000 prophets along with angels whom we can be guided from. Anti-Ismailis are again severely divided on this issue. Had Ibn Jawzi was guided by his pillars, he would not have authenticated false narrations. Similarly, Al-Ghazali would not mention false facts had he was guided by the prophets. We hope we have exposed them.
Quran is believed as the word of Allah. Ibn Jawzi criticized Al-Ghazali as follows.
He asserts that what is meant by the stars, sun, and moon, which were seen by Abraham, were lights which veiled Allah, and not the objects known. This opinion is of the same nature as that of the Batiniya.
Calling Ismailis as Batiniya, Al-Ghazali now himself started to give in a meaning of Quran to the Ummah. Ibn Jawzi on the other hand is also accused of giving explanatory interpretation of Quran on his own without any chain of narration from the Prophet. He is also accused of interpreting Quran from the false narrations plagiarizing from Jewish traditions.
Ibn Jawzi is believed as one of the greatest scholar of Hadith in anti-Ismaili circles. However, he has also been accused of narrating false hadiths as well.
Please refer to our earlier video and series on Ibn Jawzi to refresh or for more info and knowledge. We ask our audience to ask yourself what has been said about those people who narrate false hadiths from the Prophet.
Ibn Jawzi accused Al-Ghazali as follows. Then arose Abu Hamid who wrote his book Revival, following the same doctrine, and filled it with false narrations unknowingly. He discussed science of inner unveiling and transgressed the rules of jurisprudence.
Please note, according to Ibn Jawzi, working on inner science is not compatible with jurisprudence.
According to them, following hadiths is integral part of Islam, but they don't have accurate record of it. This suggests you cannot follow Islam accurately at all, while claiming the foundation of Islam as unknown and unconfirmed.
Before we proceed further, we would like our audience to take a moment and revise if you have missed something. We want you to be aware that anti-Ismailis are not in consensus about any of the concept related to Allah, prophethood, Quran, and narrations of the Prophet.
Why one can think that they are followable when they reject teachings of their own Imams.
According to Ibn Jawzi, Abu Hamid Al-Ghazali said in Revival of Religious Sciences that Abu Yazid said, knowledge or Ma'rifah was too dear to Allah that he decided not to share it with anyone.
As per Ibn Jawzi, he says, he is admitting to his ignorance. Yes, he is admitting to his ignorance.
If Al-Ghazali is not ignorant, Ibn Jawzi is. Why follow the ignorant self-made Imams when we have progeny of the Prophet?
Keep in touch with us for our next episode of Al-Ghazali's misuse of reason and intellect. We will show you how their so-called mullahs misled and project themselves superior to everyone.
Thanks for watching. Salwat please.